Welcome back. We have Dr. Ralph Bietz with us, and we are going to be talking about Drift and Glow today. So we're going to start with Drift. I am so excited to talk about this product. I know that this is one of your favorites. You've told me that several times. Drift is our sleep aid. It is a delicious cocoa that you can drink right before bed. I highly recommend 20 minutes before you're ready to go to bed because you will go to sleep on this product. It is effective. And to me, it's not super sweet. So I have had, the East Texas really sweet chocolate cocoa. Okay, I've had the sweet, sweet stuff, but I've also had what's called Mexican hot chocolate. Maybe you've heard of that. Mexican hot chocolate is a little less sweet, and this is what Drift reminds me of. It satisfies a little bit of a sweet tooth, but it's not overly sweet. It's very great. My kids, sometimes they love it. Sometimes I need a mommy break. I give them a little bit of it. It calms their little bodies down. And for me, it helps me go to sleep, stay asleep. I'm not tossing and turning, and I wake up not groggy. So this is a great additive for our bodies. And if you've been following along on our episodes, Dr. Bietz has talked a lot about how important sleep is for the body. And so if you struggle with consistent sleep, solid sleep, restful sleep, this is a product you need to consider. So I'm going to toss it over to Dr. Bietz, and we're going to break down what makes Drift so great. Dr. Bietz, take it away.
Thank you. And I couldn't agree more with your comments. This is a go-to for me. As you mentioned, I talk about it a lot. And sleep, every time I talk to a board certified surgeon, a board certified doctor, they're all recognizing now sleep is the top of the health pyramid or the foundation for everything like that. And it just so happens I ran across an article here that I think does a nice summary. So let's set the stage with how important sleep really is and looking at it from basically institutes that do nothing but study sleep, if you can believe that these days. And it's a major problem in the United States. And some of the studies, I think one of them was out of Harvard, says we get 1 hour less sleep today on an average in America than we did, 10, 15 years ago because of all the electronics, cell phones, tablets, iPads, you name it, we've got it. And all the toys tend to disrupt us. So what does that mean now in terms of sleep dysfunction? Well, sleep deprivation now is connected to increased oxidative stress. Oxidative stress, we know, is related directly to inflammation and all the problems that it causes. It raises anxiety levels. When you have less sleep, you naturally have a higher anxiety, and it can raise the levels. Nothing else occurring, just with where you were, raise your baseline on anxiety just from a lack of sleep. Possible increase even in levels of DNA damage. Everybody's careful with their claims these days not to make medical statements, but it's pretty obvious from this institute that wrote this research paper and a very large base of folks that they wrote it off of, that they're seeing levels of DNA damage. They're hedging how they say it, of course, to go back and do more studies on it and certainly do a very good technical analysis in the laboratory of assessing it. So they say different levels of DNA damage, but they're recognizing that sleep can do that. And of course, that's, very serious side effects to that. Sleep dysfunction in terms of things that we normally discuss and things that are prevalent in the US right now that are problems. Blood pressure increase, heart rate increase, mental status, mental overall well-being. You've heard me talk before about stress impacting your decision making in your prefrontal cortex. And if you think about it, just in very well-grounded terms, if you have some sleep, you have good sleep, you feel refreshed, you feel better, but you're also more relaxed to make those decisions. It's not just that feeling, but even impacting your capacity on how you think about things and even how you may react to things and it influencing your decisions. Of course, you would expect dampening immune function, healthier immune function with sleep, dampening immune function without it. So introducing Drift and how do we get more sleep? One of the things that I love about it, and I'm going to kind of just start out with some of the general comments and we'll dig down a little bit, is that when we talk about this being a great tasting product, this is a great tasting product, even considering it's naturopathic. If you think about that, we've talked so many times about Bravenly products where either they're naturopathic or not Bravenly, but some other firms where you either get some products that are formulated where they have efficacious nature about them, but they taste terrible. But it's like, oh, I have to take this for my health. Right? Or the other products where, oh, they taste great, but they're full of sugar, they're full of stuff you shouldn't have, and there's no efficaciousness to them at all. Bravenly, we have the luxury of both. I mean, it's a tremendous advantage if you're on the business side that you've got products that people crave, they want to reorder. If you're on the results side, which we always should be, it's great to have products that taste good that give us some results. I had the same thing happen to me that you mentioned also, and that is that I get longer sleep, I get deeper sleep, I get less interruptions up at night, the tossing and turning. And with the six kids that are grown now, and three dogs though that still roam the house, and that you do get interruptions. That's just the way it is.
Yeah.
So being able to have something that tastes great, that gives you that deeper sleep, that helps you be uninterrupted sleep also, in longer periods of sleep, it's a huge advantage, and it's obviously helping you keep a great homeostasis, keep that healthy state, and stay away from those dysfunctional and other issues that we just described earlier.
Yeah.
I think the thing that when I just look at the list of results, some of them are very traditional. And so one of the advantages we talk about with a lot of Bravenly products is that they are synergistic ingredients. They don't rely on just one particular ingredient. You're not just taking a massive dose of melatonin. You're taking a part dose of melatonin that's synergistically working with the ashwagandha, the tryptophan, and the GABA. And so these things play off of each other, and it's a much more balanced formula. We know over time, and one doctor, board certified doctor, has told me melatonin, people take too much of that. That can also be a bad influence on blood sugar management.
Yep.
So there's side effects when somebody says, and melatonin, they got to keep taking more and more and more, and they start to load up. Well, if you have a balanced formula to start out with, you can avoid a lot of that, and you don't have that problem of building up some resistance to it like that.
That's one thing that I like about Drift is it has a lower dose of melatonin per serving. You can take one scoop or you can take two, but it's got a lower dose because I've seen some other sleep products in the marketplace and they're very high in melatonin. And that's where that risk comes into play, I feel. Now, I'm not a doctor and I'm not in the science field, but from a consumer standpoint, I've tried other sleep products that are high in melatonin. I have the crazy dreams. I wake up groggy. It's got those like side effects that I don't like. And then I found myself kind of needing it a little bit.
Mhm.
And I was like, okay, this isn't the path I want to take. However, with Drift, it's a lower dose, but when you combine the melatonin with the ashwagandha, the other ingredients, the tryptophan, that's what makes it so effective. And so I don't need Drift every single night. That's not something that my body needs. However, I deal, if you followed these episodes, you know I deal with stress and nervousness and all of those panicky feelings. And so if I'm having a day where I'm just anxious and stressed and I'm struggling to go to sleep, Drift helps me. And then the next morning I feel less anxious. And that goes back to what you're saying. Sleep helps reduce that stress in your body. And now when I mentioned my children, this is I'm not recommending giving Drift to the children. That's not a suggested use. This is a motherly choice on my personal choice. But my kids ask for, Mommy, can I have chocolate milk? Do I give it to them every night? Absolutely not. But on those nights that they're haywired and I feel like there's a full moon and there's a witching hour and they need to go to bed, yep, I will give them half a dose and I'll put it in some milk and they love it. But it's something, but I also know that some people need this product every single night. It's not that they are addicted to it or they rely on it, but they sleep better. So I've seen it on both ends of the spectrum of needing it as you need it or taking it regularly and it not impacting long-term dependency, if that makes sense.
Well, it makes perfect sense, and you're absolutely right in that there is no hangover from this or fog in the morning or that. You have that with a lot of different sleep products. There's a
Hmm.
lot of them out there that if they are efficacious, and I'm going to put a big if they are efficacious,
Yep.
okay, and we know what that means. The bottom line is that they have a hangover and they have that brain fog. This doesn't. I am one of those folks that swears by this every day.
Yeah.
This is like religiously for me in that I just, you know, and we don't have to get medical about it. The bottom line is when I wake up in the morning, I just feel better.
Yeah.
and I'm
Yeah.
ready to go. Okay. And that's a combination of two, three things. Number one, it helps you sleep through the night so you're up less at night. I
Yeah.
am just a little bit older, hold that, okay? And so therefore having, not having those breaks during the night in your sleeping pattern like that is extremely helpful, okay? And then the second part is if you can sleep deeper. But we also talk about, and a very important point again, that baseline of really good sleep lowers your baseline of
Mhm.
anxiety or stress that you're dealing with. So you
Yeah.
start your day with a lower baseline. We all know if that baseline gets too high and it stays there, then it's called chronic stress. Chronic stress is really toxic. So you really, really, really want to stay away from that. All right, let's look at the components real quick. Okay. So the components that are in it are very solid standard components. You just don't see them put together quite this way typically.
Mhm.
The melatonin we talked a little bit about. Magnesium has long been known for being helpful to sleep, helpful to stress. You can get it through foods. You can get it through especially like cherries and different fruits and that. But again, getting enough of it so you've got a dose. Ashwagandha has been around for 4,000 years or more. I mean, ashwagandha has been in Eastern medicine since the beginning of Eastern medicine. So it's proven itself over and over. It's non-addictive. It is just one of those great things to have around for stress, for sleep, for all kinds of things.
Correct me if I'm
Tryptophan,
wrong. Is ashwagandha an adaptogen? I feel.
ashwagandha, you've got basically it helps you cope with stress in that. Ashwagandha is an adaptogen.
Yep.
Just on my cheat sheet here to make sure I wrote it down. But an adaptogen, of course, is to remind everybody means adapt to. Don't be
Yep.
afraid of the word adaptogen. It just means adapt to, break it down, and managing stress and improving sleep quality. But a lot of times you see different products with ashwagandha just kind of take the edge off.
Mm-hmm.
No, what
Mm-hmm.
is, and then tryptophan. We all know about tryptophan. You have the big turkey
But
dinner, and then
Thanksgiving.
everybody turns on the game to watch the big game after the big Thanksgiving dinner, and then everybody's asleep in 30 minutes, and everybody laughs about it. So, tryptophan's a great thing now, and found in a lot of foods, and again, it helps you boost with your melatonin and your serotonin. So now you're tying those ends together, and now you can see how these things fit together synergistically. Yeah, making a huge difference that way. So again, waking up feeling renewed, lowering your baseline, just sleep is a great thing. One more tip that I'll mention on this product, before we kind of wind down on it, and that is that sometimes I'll even take one calm along with a double dose of cocoa if I really want to if I've had a really stressful day, I'll just take I'll take a calm, I'll take the 2 scoops, and then I'll drink it fairly concentrated and then just chill out with that. That works wonders. I know some other people that do that also, by the way.
Okay, I may need to try that one. That one sounds
Yeah.
like a Tara a Tara a trick.
Yeah, if you're having a tough day, take a calm during the day because again, calm doesn't make you sleepy. It just helps
Right.
kind of tone things down a little bit. But if it's at nighttime, a lot of times, again, like if it's been a really long day, even if it's been a great day, but it's been a high level energy day, you're having trouble winding down, I'll take a calm and then I'll relax and have a cocoa. I will give one warning though on the cocoa. Don't take cocoa on date night if you're planning on watching a 2-hour movie. Okay, it doesn't work. It works too good, too
You
good.
will fall asleep. In fact, at we host a lot of sip and socials on my team where you get to sample the products and whatnot. And one of the questions that I tend to always get is, "Do you have the drift? I want to try the drift." No, we don't sample the drift because you will go to sleep.
Yeah,
No, I'll let you smell it. You can smell it
right.
so that you can get a taste. But it is effective. I mean, my warning
Yeah,
is do not drink it unless you are ready for bed in the next 20 minutes.
that's
Certainly
right.
do not drive a car. Certainly do not it will make you very tired and ready, relaxed and ready to take that sleep. I will say that I've had those seasons of life where sleep is difficult, and I would find, this is prior to knowing about drift, I would find things to calm me down. And I know I'm speaking to a lot of women right now. I would find things to calm me down. And here's what I would do. I'd get on my phone and I'd start shopping on Amazon, and I would just start scrolling. And I'd be like, oh, I like this. Oh, I like this. And it was like calming my brain, which it really wasn't. Blue light doesn't do that, right? But I was
Yeah,
thinking
yeah,
it was doing it. And so I was spending money. That's not good. Trying to calm down. Drift is a great alternative. It will save you stress. It will also save you money.
Yeah,
So
I think that's important. I mean, if you're going to serve drift at one of your meetings like that or one of your rallies, you're going to have to go through and have these driver forms. Like, do you have a designated
you
driver?
have to
It's like,
have to have
you know,
like
you can have some
disclaimers.
drift, but you have to tell me you have a designated driver or, a safe way home or, so, and it's great we can joke about it because this is great stuff. I mean, it's
It
effective.
works.
It tastes good. It just works, which is
It does.
awesome.
It does. It absolutely does. And as far as how you can ingest it, there's lots of different ways. So my kids, myself, I love it with milk. You can warm it up. You can have it cold. You can do it with water if you want. You can add a little bit of honey to it. You can add a little bit of cinnamon. Ooh, that's good, right? So you can play with this. You can put it in a large glass of milk. You can drink it more concentrated. There's lots of different ways. The key to most of our products, if not all of them, as far as the powders, the drinks, is find a way that you like it. That's what I love
Yeah.
about these products is they're super versatile as far as how you can drink them or how you can take them. Find what your flavor profile, your palate likes and use it because they work.
Great. And then here's my recipe, okay? My secret recipe.
Okay, what is
Drift.
it?
Drift, just a little bit of hot water,
Okay.
coconut milk or
Okay.
coconut creamer,
Okay.
and maybe even if you want to go all out, a touch of honey and a touch of vanilla if you want to get really fancy.
Well, we
This
just
stuff
got
is this stuff
fancy
is
up in here.
this stuff is really yummy. I mean, yeah, I mean,
It's
it works
delicious.
and it's delicious. What more can you ask for? And I mean,
Exactly,
you'd
exactly
pay a
right.
lot more for something that isn't anything even in the same class as this stuff. So it's awesome.
Exactly right. And our recommendation, like if you've followed and you've watched our episodes, is start small and work your way up, right? We've said that about a lot of our products. So if you're like, okay, well, now you guys have made me nervous, like, is it going to be like conk me out? Well, like it does work. I'm going to tell you, but start small. So do one scoop, okay, your first night. See how you do. If you're really nervous, do half a scoop your first night. You can play with this and find what works for your body. You don't have to go all in at 2 scoops. Find what works.
That's awesome. Love it.
Awesome, awesome. Dr. B, I think my internet's feeling pretty good. We were having some difficulty earlier this morning. Do we want to
Okay.
just keep going with Glow?
Fine. We can do
Let's
that.
do it. Let's
Let's
do
just
it.
go.
Okay, so Glow, these are our gummies. Okay, they taste delicious. Hide them from your kids because they will think they're candy. They will eat the whole bottle. I promise you that. They are incredible. So these are collagen boosters for your skin, hair, and nails. Is there collagen in them? No. It helps your body create the collagen. It boosts your body's ability to create the collagen that supports your skin, hair, and nails. Okay, so Dr. Bietz, talk to us about Glow, and then I'll share a couple of my interesting testimonials about Glow. Go ahead.
Okay, well, I think with Glow, there's a couple of things. Let's start top line with the product. Number one, once again, as always, it tastes good. It really works. And I have a lot of ladies, as well as even some guys, they tell me, but especially ladies tell me they tried everything for the nails. Nothing would work. They either don't grow or they don't grow right, or they don't, they have the ridges in them, and they try Glow and it works. Once again, it simply works and it gives them performance. It gives them results that they've never seen with other products. And
Mine
so,
were the same way. I would be able to like peel my nails. Like they were
yeah,
very flimsy. And then
yeah,
I would have ridges in particularly my thumbnails. I have no idea why, just my thumbs, but that was it. That eliminated, those two
yeah.
things were eliminated when I started taking Glow as well.
And we've got people that come to Bravenly just for Glow. I
Yeah,
mean, there are folks that migrate here because they see the product, they know we've got something like that. They're skeptical when they try it, and they're like, OMG, after they try it. Seriously.
100%. Yep.
So we've got, it's collagen boosters, what you say. It's about putting the right vitamins in. It's about putting some of the right basic nutrients in that really help support the synthesis of collagen, not the actual collagen itself. We've had other products where we've talked about that, where the Bravenly product is actually boosting the body's natural metabolism or the body's natural protein production. in this case, the natural collagen production, which is the best way to go about it. Because that means you're achieving also a healthy body and healthy homeostasis by helping the body do its work and helping it again through its own synthesis pathways. So I think that that's really, really critical about it. Bamboo leaf, we've known for a long time, is a protective mechanism in locking in moisture. Locking in moisture. Why do we care? Well, we care because moisture lock-in, as a lot of folks know, should know or do know, is directly to wrinkles. So if you're locking the moisture, we talked about this before with our great deep dive on ceramides.
Yep.
And some of the other things we talked about with collagen, those layers of skin and having that protective layer to not only lock out bad things to help protect the body from infectious diseases, but also to lock in the moisture so you've got simply elasticity of the skin and you keep the moisture balance in that substratum level and avoid wrinkles and just have healthier skin in general. Skin, as everyone probably knows, is the largest organ in the body, and it keeps replenishing itself month after month as you go into all stages of life. So it doesn't just stop in your 20s, 30s, 40s like certain things do. You keep replenishing your skin as long as you keep your body healthy. So getting the fundamental vitamin A, vitamin E, vitamin C, other vitamins, antioxidants, of course, always protecting ourselves from, again, all types of attacks on the body, it can really make a difference. Japanese knotweed is an interesting one, and I've used that one a lot for the last years and years and years, formulated as an anti-inflammatory. So, and it also works as an anti-inflammatory on the skin. So it's also involved sometimes in cholesterol management formulas. Now, it doesn't say this on the Bravenly sheets, but it has other formulation implications on cholesterol management. And that's probably some of the higher levels that are used here. But the combination you see again of vitamins, minerals, collagen synthesis, things that help give you that protection on the moisture barrier, all are contributing again to why we talk about not only nails and skin or nails and hair, but also healthy skin. And it again working together. So, it's one I've seen a huge difference in mine. Why does a guy take it? Well, you like healthy hair and you have healthy skin and nails. And I think I would say you're seeing a boom in men's health care and grooming
Yep.
and in anti-aging products. And I see that. We'll talk some more about that in an upcoming episode, of course, when we talk about Euromonitor and trends and all that. But there's a huge upswing in sales of men's care products and more awareness in guys, where even though we go out and work in the property, or go out and work on the ranch, in your husband's case and things like that, we're more acute to take care of ourselves. And of course, we get a little stimulus from our better halves. So that's a player too, and that there's more awareness there. So it's all good.
That's true. That is true. That is true. I mean, so what I've personally seen on Glow is I started taking Glow. And again, this is my personal choice, my personal testimony. I am stating that. I spoke with my midwife at the time, but I started Glow when I was pregnant with my fifth daughter. And for me, I noticed that my hair was getting so thick, obviously with pregnancy, but even after I've had her, she's now almost 6.5 months. My hair is so thick, so thick. I feel like the health of my hair, even postpartum, was a testament to Glow because it just supports healthy hair. The other thing that, and this might be TMI for some people, okay, I was telling you the other day, Dr. Bietz, I had an interesting story. But my midwife actually came on board with Bravenly because of this right here, okay? Now, when a woman is pregnant, the baby is housed in the amniotic sac, correctly? That's what supports the life of the fetus, the life of the baby. Well, so I was taking Glow my entire pregnancy. This is my fifth daughter, mind you. I get to labor, okay? And I am sitting in labor for what felt like weeks. If you were following my story, I felt like I was having that baby for 6 weeks, it felt like. But it was, I ended up being around a 6 centimeter dilated with bulging waters for nearly a week. Okay. And that is, it sounds absolutely painful. It's not comfortable, I will tell you that. But my waters stayed intact, even bulging. Got to the point where I'm in full blown labor. I am at a 9 centimeter. Definitely waters are bulging. Okay. The sac still did not break. And we needed to speed up labor because I was in pain. I have water births. I do unmedicated. So I was like, yep, let's speed this up. Let's go. And so they went to pop the waters, the bag of waters, and it wouldn't pop. It was so strong, it wouldn't pop. So they were like, okay, I'm going to try one more time. They had to like put in force to break the bag of waters. You physically heard it pop underneath the water. And within minutes, the baby was born. But that right there told my midwife the importance of that collagen booster, because obviously the amniotic sac is made of things. I don't know the exact medical terminology, but if my collagen was weak, if my body's ability to produce that collagen was weak, I could have had a risk of a less strong bag of waters. And so for people that for women that are pregnant, that is a great protection, is the bag of waters. And so when she witnessed that, she goes, holy cow, I think that's the strongest bag of waters I've ever seen in my 20 years of being a midwife. And she believes, after doing some research of looking at the product, she believes that the glow had a lot to do with this. So you can see that it's working on the inside out of your body, quite literally inside out, supporting the tissues and the skin and the hair and the nails. And she ended up coming on board because of that right there, what she witnessed with her own eyes. So it might be TMI, it might be a lot, but if you were there, you would have been like, holy cow, you could hear it. It sounded like a balloon popping because of the strength of that amniotic sac. Anyway, crazy story. Not many people are going to have that testimony unless you're a
Yeah,
female pregnant.
that is truly a unique testimonial,
It,
and you may have taken our rating up here from G to PG, or okay, that's okay though.
yeah, exactly. It's a little bit of a racy, I guess, testimony, but it is a testimony nonetheless. And obviously, I think my skin, my hair, if it were down, you'd see how thick it is. I absolutely love this product. And like you said, one of the things that I hear the most often is people try Glow, and within 2 to 4 weeks, they are sold because they can see a difference. They can see a difference that quickly, which I absolutely love for them. And then it tends to be a product that they order every single month because they love it.
Yeah, and if you think about it, the example of healthy skin, healthy nails, healthy hair like that, it's a great outward reflection of what it does for you, and just being healthier, being in that healthy homeostasis, the position in the first place like that. Because what do you notice a lot of times about people? They look tired, or do they look healthy?
Yeah.
You know, they're losing their hair, or do they have great hair? You know, and of course, I know, especially with women, the nails are critical, and if their nails are, you know, crusty like something out of Dorothy and the Wizard of Oz, they're not happy. So, you know, this is good stuff.
Exactly right. Well, thank you so much, Dr. Bietz. I love that we covered Drift and Glow today. We will be back next week with our final product of Balance. We're going to talk about balance, the importance of greens and nutrition, and give you a really great recipe mixing that. And we're going to share some interesting information that Dr. Bietz found that you're not going to want to miss. Thanks so much, Dr. B. I appreciate you
Thank you.
today.
All right. Take care, everyone.
Bye.